So Fresh Spicy is going to be the name of the game in this entire list. Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor. Really grateful to have you here. And today's video is a tag video. So I believe this tag was started by Razor Ramon the Barber. Go check him out. I'll link him in the description down below. And I was tagged by Ace Vendetta Smell Better Fragrances. So this is a top 7 list, or 7 fragrances that I would wear to an NFL game or for a ball game environment or during the NFL season. So admittedly, I'm not the biggest sports guy, so unless my family's team, because my team is largely determined by my father's favorite team since I don't watch that often, but if we do make it to the playoffs or are getting close to a Super Bowl, then I usually kind of start congregating for the games over there with my uncle and them. That being said, the fragrance to start this list off is going to be after the namesake of my family's favorite NFL team, and that is Viking. So Fresh Spicy is going to be the name of the game in this entire list. And this one brings it together really beautifully with some pink pepper, some mint, and an overall kind of very refreshing, sparkly, peppery, minty barbershop. A little bit like a really classed up Old Spice. Really looking forward to wearing this one in this beginning of the autumnal season or ball game season, like the beginning of the football season. This is going to be great for the duration of that. And then part of the reason why I picked Fresh Spicy as the dominant accord in this list is because I think those are all great dimensions with which to wear a fragrance that you can wake up in the morning and have your sweater weather and that cooling effect, or that warming effect in the cool, brisk air. However, the freshness of these fragrances is also going to be great for after the afternoon begins to set in and the temperatures start to rise and it gets a little bit more hot under the collar than it was a few hours ago. And I think so that combination of spiciness to warm you up in the cold with the freshness to carry you through the duration of the day as things start to warm up. Creed Viking, this one is a great way to kick things off. One of my favorites for the football season. This is Creed Viking. Okay, the next one up on the list is a discontinued gem, pretty expensive on the gray market on eBay and stuff like that. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend going out and looking for it, but this is definitely one that I'm going to be grabbing for during this time of the year, and that is Gucci Nobile. So this is an 80s powerhouse barbershop fragrance that Gucci did. I think they discontinued it in 2010, but basically what you get is a balsam fir barbershop. So you can imagine somewhat of like a pine forest surrounding you as you're getting your haircut or trimmed beard. This is got a really nice rugged outdoorsy man feel to it that I think is great for the football season as well. Definitely rugged is kind of like a texture that comes to mind with this one because of the oak moss that's in here. One of my favorites, if not in my top 3 to 5 in my entire collection, and definitely something that just epitomizes that early morning kind of fog sweater weather that you get at this early part of the autumnal season, and I think is going to be great to cut through the smoke that is often accompanying at least the environments I'm at when the ball games are on. My dad and uncle are both kind of chain smokers, so this powerhouse fragrance is going to be able to carry me through those somewhat clouded environments, let's say. So Gucci Nobile. Next, so those are probably like my 2 heaviest hitters. This is going to be a little bit anticlimactic the way I set things up here, but Versace Eros Flame. So this sort of adds a really nice herbal and aromatic and citrusy twist to the Eros DNA. It keeps that really beautiful vanilla, but rosemary and a quincy citrus, which is quince, I think maybe, I don't know, a very interesting citrusy type fruity freshness. I didn't like this fragrance at first because I felt like it was trying to go in 2 different directions with the herbaceousness and then the sort of gourmandy vanilla quality, but as I've spent some more time with it, I can kind of see where the synthesis is taking place. And it's just one of, like, again, like I said, fresh, spicy. It's perfect for waking up with sweater weather and then moving into the warmer periods of the day and the afternoon with the fresh herbal qualities from the rosemary in here. I think there's some rose in here too that gives it a really nice, elegant floral component. And the wear of the fragrance gets better as it moves along, because I feel like it moves, it just becomes a little bit more balanced. Like I said, like the beginning opening, I feel like it's moving in two different directions, but it starts to settle into itself as it dries down. Really great stuff, and a compliment getter. This is probably going to be, I think, the most complimented for me off of my skin in this list. And yeah, beautiful stuff for the fall season. Okay, next. This one is a little bit more my personal taste. You might not like it, but it's worth checking out for sure. The contentious note in here is going to be cumin, which can sometimes come off as like a sweaty vibe to people, but this is 1920 The Origin Eau de Parfum. As you can see from the juice level, really enjoy this fragrance. This is a modernized Cartier Declaration. So this kind of smells a lot like Declaration Parfum, but this came out before the Parfum Flanker. It really amps up the cardamom, and then I believe there's some ambroxan in here too that isn't in any of the Cartier renditions, that I feel just gives it this more mass appealing, approachable textural feel and projection that people tend to enjoy. I've gotten complimented on this fragrance, but never on any of the Declarations, and I think this one straddles the line between the Declaration EDP and the EDT. Like, it's not quite as dense and heavy and winter time appropriate. This one I think is perfect for spring and fall in that transitional period, and probably more so fall, where the EDT is better for the spring. But this, like I said, just is a beautiful, fresh, spicy, almost boozy quality to it from the way that the spices mingle together, like a whiskey. Great stuff. I would consider this as a signature scent of mine personally, and the cool little flask just kind of reminds me when you're out at like a game in the cold and you're just trying to warm up. Not that I drink anymore after becoming Muslim, but it just has that very nice sort of ball game flask feel to it, and really nice early autumnal spice vibe. Okay, another one that's discontinued. It used to be available for like 20 bucks, but you can still get it for around 60 to 70, and I think it's worth that price. It definitely has a retro, vintage, or like kind of rough, rugged, oak mossy style textural feel to it, but it still feels modern to me, more so than some of the other older fragrances. And this is going to be Aramis Havana. Really beautiful stuff. I think, again, this is going to be perfect for sweater weather that moves into warmer afternoons. The tobacco is going to be one of the key players in here. It's like a green tobacco fragrance. Again, very fresh, spicy, but there's a lightness to this and a almost sparkly quality that makes this wearable in, I would even say, the high heat. Very potent though, definitely kind of control your sprays, but overall I would say this is kind of like a very nice, refreshing, big red chewing gum with a strong green quality over the top of it. Again, this one's probably a little bit more my personal tastes, but certainly one I'm definitely going to be wearing over the next course of a couple months here. So this is Aramis Havana. Definitely, I would recommend getting this one before it completely dries up. It is a classic, but again, it's something that know your own tastes and know if you would think you'd enjoy an old school kind of vibe, because this one definitely has that. Okay, 2 more to go. We've got Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Perfect transitional weather fragrance. Does have a sporty vibe to it. Definitely feels like a little bit more of a grown-up men's sort of, I mean, like I would wear this in high school, but it's like a more mature, sporty kind of vibe. Definitely puts me in the mood for a good game or some type of competitive environment. Sportsmanship-like vibe. rather than just sportiness. Beautiful tonka bean, black pepper, orange, just kind of a mint, somewhat of a classic and a bit maybe overstated fragrance, but is perfect for the ball season. And also, again, probably besides Eros, Flame, this is going to be one of the more complimented fragrances in the list. And moving on finally to the last fragrance, one that I've been mentioning quite a bit in the summertime, but I think, again, the strong green, woody, and brisk quality that this one brings to the table, as well as the grown-up, sophisticated sort of vibe that it gives off, I think is going to be great for, you know, an indoor, maybe you know, like a Super Bowl party or something like that, where it's a little bit more, there's some more skin in the game with the game that's going on. Maybe this is in playoffs, or like I said, it's a party event, or you're meeting up with some people for a live game at the stadium that you're associates with, or that you want to make a good impression on. If not Viking, I think this one does that job very well. This is Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Parfum. So like I said, very brisk cypress in here, and then the woods just feel very rich and opulent and reserved and austere. So definitely somewhat of a statement maker fragrance. Even though it's not very much of like a compliment puller, I think it does have really good projection, and again, it's got a little bit of a fresh, spicy accord, and something that is going to be absolutely stunning moving from the cold weather, sweater weather in the morning into the warmth that may descend upon you during the middle of the day. And this one is also one that's great for a rainy day. So pretty much any environment, save maybe some snow, this is going to be an excellent choice during the ball season, or the NFL season and ball season, sports season, I guess you could say. So that is my last pick for what I would be wearing during the NFL season and for an NFL game. Let me tag some people and keep this one going. So I'm going to tag Keith over at the Fragrant Life. I'm going to tag Fragrance Will and King Sense. I'm going to link all of them in the description below, and had a lot of fun doing this one. Let me know what some of your sports season, early fall picks are in the comment section down below, and as always, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.